Look, before we get into the content, it's really important that you guys hit that subscribe button. We're out here every single day working for y'all, trying to hit y'all with the best content. And what motivates us to keep going is people like you. So hit the subscribe button, join the conversation, join the Deuce Gang.
What he said. The piece of paper that I have with this.
Yeah, a piece of paper. How can education be education? If education is education to an extent, but like, how valuable is it? Like, for example, if a member of the KKK was teaching you how to lynch niggas, would you deem that education valuable?
Does it come with a piece of paper that has like a little seal on it?
It
And a
does.
signature?
It absolutely
And a signature?
does. Absolutely.
Well, according to all I know about education and what you receive for all the money that you invest, that's all you need to be deemed official. So, get yourself a laptop, get yourself some candles, start yourself an organization.
A lot of smart dumb niggas walking around here. What the hell are you talking about?
Listen, this is what it is, man. Listen, U of T, University of Toronto, that's where I went, and you spend a lot of money and you come out of there not knowing what you want to do and in debt. And at the end of the day, you end up with a piece of paper that you can hang on your wall. Congratulations. It's part of the rat race. You need that piece of paper though, and it depends on how the education is deemed. I say education is education, but obviously there's different levels. There's Princeton, there's Harvard, and then, there's Everest College. There's different levels.
Listen, I'm a proud graduate of Everest College. And let me tell
Everest, which college? The one on TV?
Yeah, the black guy who was always.
I know. I just wanted to confirm. I was just confirming. That you weren't sitting on your couch.
No,
you made that
absolutely
phone call.
not. I made that phone call. And here's the best thing about Everest College is if you didn't take OSAP, because for some reason you could get OSAP to go to Everest. I don't know why. But if you didn't take OSAP, like me, I didn't take OSAP, you were laughing because you got that piece of paper that's so valuable. I don't know if it was more valuable than the piece of paper you'd get from the KKK learning how to lynch niggas. But anyways, if you got that piece of paper, the course that I took cost like 10 bands. I didn't pay for that shit because they went under. They actually owed niggas. So the great thing is I got the piece of paper and I got to show it to potential employers and they were like, yeah, come on down. They actually said, come on down.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that they went out of business.
They went out of business. Yeah, they went out of business.
That's why the commercial stopped. And that's once again why I say there's different levels of education. No offense to your piece of paper, but it's more difficult to get into Princeton and Harvard than it would be to get into Everest. There's no commercial or phone number that you can call unless you're a celebrity.
Well, let me explain something to you. In real time, today, right now, it would be much more difficult to get into an Everest College than a Princeton or any Ivy League school because these Ivy League schools actually exist. You can open the door and get into them physically. You can't get into an Everest College because they don't exist anymore. Ding.
Okay. All right, Mr. Philosophy. Yeah. No, you're right. Existentialism. I like it.
There it is. Look, I'm an eye for an eye person. So I do believe that if you do something to me, I have the right to react the way I want.
Right. We've spoken about that before.
You can't take a finger. Yes, you cannot say I'm overreacting. You shouldn't have did whatever it is you did to me. I'm going to react the way I want to react. You sent me a very interesting story today. I want you to take the lead on that.
Okay. It's not anything too complicated. A young gentleman by the name of Shane Goldsby was incarcerated. He got tried. It doesn't matter what his crime was. Let's just say that his crime ended with him stealing a police car and crashing into another police car. Congratulations on your journey. Florida. But he was convicted in 2017, and periodically he floated from prison to prison, as most inmates do, depending on the situation, right? He, by chance, ended up being in the same cell as another gentleman. I forget his name, but it starts with a W. Werner, Wagner, whatever. Let's go with that.
It starts with a W. I like it.
Starts with a W. So he ends up in a cell with this other gentleman, and this other gentleman just so happens to be a man who raped his younger sister. Not only is he in the same jail. No. Not only is he in the same block. No. Not only is he in the same place, but the cell, his cellmate. So he decides, in his own words, that he is going to go inform the security guards of what's going on. And he goes up to the security, he says, yo, I need to change cells. I gotta change cells because I don't know what God is trying to do to me right now, but I don't want to carry out this plan. I don't know if this is a setup, but I want to change cells. The security guards ignore him, he says. So there's a button apparently that's in his cell that they're allowed to push whenever they're in distress or whatever, and it's like a microphone connected back to the security office, I guess.
Right.
So he goes into his cell and presses this button and gets no response from the security guard. Once again, trying to inform them of a situation, I need to be moved. At this point, he says to himself, okay, I've done everything I can. If this is a setup, I'm definitely going to follow through with it. So he proceeds to punch this guy in his head, stomp on his head, and then kick him in his head until the point where, of course, he's lifeless and he dies. He then gets convicted of murder, and 25 years gets added to his sentence. 25 years gets added to his sentence. I don't know if you could tell how I feel about this, but 25 years got added to his sentence.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I ask you this. You are this gentleman, you are in the exact same situation. You are put into a cell with a person who has raped your sister. You know who this person is. 1 in a billion chance that you end up in this cell, because this never happens. They always do background checks. What do?
Well, for starters, we're going to get to know each other and we're going to be besties, grow out our hair, and we're going to braid each other's hair. Hello.
You're going to sit in between another man's legs. Beautiful.
I mean, this is what prison life is about, isn't it? About reform. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, his reaction is the same reaction that any man who has, I don't want to use the word integrity, but if you believe in taking care of your own, protecting your own, his reaction is going to be that of such. Now, in the moment, what you described was a very, very brutal murder. I don't know if I would do all that, but I do know that I'm coming back with a sharpened toothbrush, a sharpened lunch tray.
Yeah, you watch too much TV.
Something.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
A weapon of some sort.
Correct. The point is that he will expire. The only difference between me and the homie is I'm not giving them a heads up. I'm not, CEO. I'm not calling the CEO. Be like, no. I'm gonna be like, I won't even. I'll just be asleep. Pretend I'm asleep the whole time like this.
Yo, but this guy tried to do the right thing. He tried. Well, I don't know about the right. I don't know if there was a right choice of words. He tried to avoid the situation, according to his own words, in every way possible. He tried to avoid it, and still.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be the difference. The other difference between me and him, I'm not avoiding it. Listen, sometimes when a door is closed on you, they leave a window open. They left the window open, man.
Listen, you put me in a cell with somebody who's done anything like that to any of my family members. I don't understand how he gets convicted of this. I really don't.
Well, because in my mind,
I understand. Obviously,
the law.
Obviously, murder is against the law, obviously, but there's this thing called crime of passion. There's a thing called crime of passion, where it's not an excuse for murder, but a lot of people do get off based on this defense. And I'm traveling throughout jail to jail, living that jail life, and all of a sudden I end up in a cell, the same cell as somebody who's committed a heinous crime, a horrible crime, raped my sister. She's traumatized for the rest of her life, and I get a chance to be in the same cell with this guy. Oh man, all types. I don't know what person is going to be in that situation and is going to be like you. Yeah, let's braid our hair. Let's learn how to knit. We should teach each other Bible study and all that type of stuff. That's not happening for anybody.
Remember
how
GIMP?
Is this not considered? How is this not considered a crime of passion?
Remember GIMP? Maybe they could do like a GIMP bracelet together. Look, at the end of the day, look, Here's the thing. When you're on the outside, like we are, we say this, right? This is what we're saying. This is what we would do. This is what we're saying. We might not do it. Our sister,
no,
hold
nope,
on. Let me finish.
nope,
Let me
nope.
finish. Can I finish,
I'm,
please?
yeah,
Can I finish?
absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead. My
Our
apologies.
sister might come to us. Scratch that. Your sister might come to you and say, "My guy, please don't do this. Please don't do this. I need you in my life. I can't. Please don't do this." And you may react accordingly. You still may do it. You still may not. But when you are in prison already, you're in animal mode. You ain't even thinking of the outside world. And all you know is you got this person who violated your family in arm's reach of you. How else you supposed to react? When there's a shark and you throw blood in the water, what do you think a shark's gonna do? Swim the other way? It's gonna eat.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't know, man. 25 years, bro. I don't know, man. Put the judge in the cell with somebody who violates his family.
You're still on that.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I understand that he killed somebody at the end of the day, but man.
No, you see that right there? This is how I know you being on the, by the way, and I'm not trying to call you out or nothing like that, right? But this is how I know you being on the outside, not inside, and that happened to your sister, you may not do something because you're still thinking about 25 years. You think this guy was thinking about 25 years? This guy was like, give me the lethal injection. I'll take it tonight. He's got to go. He's got to go.
It's the fact that somebody actually said in their mind, yes, we could sentence him to that long. I don't think the time fits the crime. That's all I'm saying. I obviously he killed somebody. All I'm saying is that's a long ass time for something that I feel it's kind of justified.
Yeah, but he don't care. I know, fair, but he don't care. You could
I don't care either. Okay. I don't care either. But I'm just saying, on top of the fact that I agree, I would have done the exact same thing if I was in the cell with the guy. I think I made that very, very clear. However, after being convicted, somebody actually looked at this crime, actually looked at what happened, actually saw the scenario that he was put into, heard the story, and said, okay, I hear what you're saying. I feel your pain. I feel bad for your sister. 25 years. Come on, man. That's fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, Benny the Butcher had a bar in Every King Must Be Crowned with Black Thought off of the Plugs I Met. And he says, the judge will give you life and later on will be playing golf. That's how much we mean. Life sentence for you. Meet you guys on the, I don't know how, you understand what I'm saying? Meet you on the green. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
That's some next level shit, man.
But look, listen, and this goes to show you that rapists eventually will have their day. In one way or form, rapists will have their day in court. It might be the legal court, it might be court in the street, but they'll have their day. One rapist, I think, will get off. And I could be wrong here. Give me a second. Did I delete this shit? I hope I didn't. Oh, okay, I didn't. Good. Yeah, one rapist that'll probably get off is Prince Andrew.
Is this the guy from? Obviously he's from the royal family, but this is the same dude with
Epstein and all Epstein?
That. Okay.
Yeah, so Prince Andrew, he's being sued for sexual assault. Apparently, he met this girl through Jeffrey Epstein.
Again?
Yep, through Jeffrey Epstein. So the Queen's son is being sued for sexual assault in a federal court by Virginia Roberts, who claims she was a victim of Epstein's sex trafficking scheme for powerful men, including Prince Andrew. This happened in New York City when she was 17 years old. So she was obviously a minor. And she says, hey, this has left me with long lasting emotional distress, so on and so forth. And she is suing. Now, there's a photo here that I want to show you just because I think it's necessary. But I mean, honestly, though, when we talk about people getting their just dues for things like this guy is royalty. He ain't even in the country. He ain't in America. He's lamping back in the Wu Mansion.
Hey, listen, I don't listen. It's like one of those. Oh, before I get into it though, and you show that picture, I just want everybody to do me a favor, man, and smash that like button, please. Smash the like button. That's my new thing. I don't know if it works, if it doesn't work, but I keep saying it in hopes that it does. All right, so back to the topic that we're talking about. Okay, Prince Andrew is here. That's the girl, or that's just a picture of
No, that's
some
the girl.
random, some
That's
next
the girl.
random girl?
No, that's the
Oh,
girl.
that's the actual girl with Prince Andrew. Wow, so there's actual photo evidence. But on
Yeah.
top of that, I mean, you ever watch those I think it's on HBO, the show called The Royals, or any of these like old school
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, or
Yeah.
any of these like old time where there's royal families and all that stuff, and you see how they move and how they carry on. You think all that stuff just got made up out of nowhere? That stuff had to come from somewhere. So when these things happen, why are we like, there's no surprise to me. These are things that people have been getting away with for so long that they probably feel like it's normal, especially if you're part of a royal family. Prince Andrew literally must have brass balls. He must walk around feeling like untouchable. Nobody can do anything to me. Think about it. These people themselves even have diplomatic status. They have no place in any government in any of the world other than they were born a royal, and they have earned diplomatic status. If you don't know what that means, that gives you a lot of freedoms traveling from country to country.
Right.
And when you give people, sick people like this, those type of freedoms, and they become accustomed to them, they also learn how to abuse them. And unfortunately, no matter how many times we talk about Prince Andrew and all of these people, none of these freedoms are going to be taken away, because at the end of the day, like you said, and as your description of the person, for those who don't know who he is, it's the Queen's son. So
Imagine
you know what I mean?
that.
You gotta imagine like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos having one of their family members, or the Waltons firing each other from their business. It's not good. Come on, stop.
Let's even put it in a different perspective for us common folk. If you have a kid and your kid goes to grade school, daycare, whatever, you know that there's always that one kid in the class who their parents spoil the shit out of that kid. The kid's an animal running around, right, terrorizing the kids. Now, imagine that kid if they were a royal. That's what's happening here. And to your point, look, man, there was a time when raping, I'm sorry to say this, was nothing. Like, people, like, you know, royal, they could just do that shit. They could just take pussy. Not a problem. And they don't even have to take it most of the times. It was just handed to them. Come on, my wench. Go to a room, mad women in the room, nothing. Now, obviously, this is 2021, but I'm just saying, this didn't happen in 2021. This happened like in Epstein's back room. So what I'm saying is, he came from that bloodline where he just had wenches and women tossed at him, just taking pussy left, right, and center. So this isn't that hard to believe. You know what's also not hard to believe? Nothing's going to happen.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm getting at. Like, we could talk about this and talk about how bad it is and whatever. But like I said, just like in all the other stories, as long as he is the son of the Queen and he stays his ass in the UK, there's nothing. In fact, he doesn't even have to stay in the UK. There's nothing they can do. What is the US going to do? The US is going to arrest this man based on this? For Jeffrey Epstein, that's what they're gonna do. The DA is going to arrest Prince Andrew. That's what's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That sounds ridiculous.
A prince?
Come on, that's not gonna.
For rape? For rape?
Oh God, that's not even gonna happen. You know what I mean? And here we are, just talking about somebody who was in a prison cell and murdered somebody who raped his sister. He knows him. Murdered somebody, gets 25 years. This guy, royalty, multiple sexual abuse allegations, probably bit women. He's one of those guys who likes to get pee in his mouth. Like, you could tell he's one of those weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Gag balls, get slapped up and shit like that. You could tell. Oh, come on, man.
I don't know.
He has the haircut. He has the haircut of one of those dudes. He has the haircut of a John.
The haircut, you know what I mean? The haircut of a John.
He has the haircut of a John. You know, there's tricks and there's Johns. You understand? So he has the haircut of a John for sure. Look at that.
Yeah, he's a John.
Come on. You see that the hair that's missing? It's because it was pee. Somebody peed. And the hair follicles haven't grown back properly, man. That's what it is.
Yo, viewing public, what are your thoughts on this, man? Please keep the comments clean. All right, y'all be commenting. We get the emails, but they don't get posted, okay? Because
it's crazy some of the things YouTube doesn't post too.
Yeah, like, YouTube will not allow you. Keep the comments clean. I mean, the story's messy, but keep the comments clean. Listen, let's take it to hip hop, man. Last time we were talking we were talking about Royce the 5'9" and Lupe Fiasco. And surprisingly, Lupe walked away with a W in that. But apparently, Lupe is going to be this. He started live tweeting this today, right? Today,
Right.
that he's going to be recording a 10-track album in 24 hours. 24 hours. He's live tweeting the whole thing. Now, the reason why this stuck out to me and why I wanted to talk about it is because this Friday, I was inviting one of my homies over and I say, yo, let's do an album in a day. Like, come through. I'll put some food on the grill. Have a couple, let's do an album in a day. And he goes,
I don't remember you calling me for that. That's weird. I must have missed that.
Okay, well, but it didn't send text message. Okay. But listen, so then I go, I'm like, yo, look, we could do this, man. He's like, all right, well, I could try, but you know how I get, meaning a little too intoxicated, and then that's the night. And I was always of the belief, because I don't take long to record. Dude, I could do a 3-verse song, hook and all that. 45 minutes, an hour, I'm done.
Okay.
So if I'm doing a project with one other person, I only got to carry half the load. So I'm of the mindset that we could probably body a whole project in like what? For real, like maybe 8 hours.
Right. Okay. Wu-Tang Clan mentality.
Is that being too advantageous? I mean, what's going on here?
It depends on who you're working with. Obviously, it depends on who you're working with. If you're working with an artist who can write fast too, who can do all those things too, then you're good to go. But a lot of artists, they take forever to write. You know what I mean? The writing process is a lot longer than the recording process. It's not the recording that's going to be the issue. Right. And then you have your artists who are the extreme perfectionists, and it takes them 12 takes to get one line in because they can't seem to say it properly. You know, so it really depends on who you're working with. You know, that's what I've come to learn in the game. There are artists that can get that done.
Whew. Let me ask you this question: how long does it take you to knock a song out?
I mean, start to finish. If I had a studio in my house and and we're talking about finding the beat, writing it, recording it, and all of that. Honestly, I don't mix and master any of that stuff, so we'll leave that out.
Neither do I.
Yeah, we'll leave all of that out. It could honestly, all of that would probably take me max 3 hours.
Okay, let's say you came to the studio with the beat, song already written. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, it takes me like 3 takes to finish a whole track. It really doesn't take me long. That's experience though. That's experience, and that's learning for myself that I feel like perfection can never be achieved. You have to accept the flaws that you have in there, because I think when you hear artist music and it's not everything is so perfect and everything's pitched to the tone, I think when you hear those imperfections in people's music, that's what draws you to the realism and the real genuineness of the music, i.e. Erykah Badu, Jill Scott's, The Commons. You know what I mean?
And that's why I think this is such a dope idea. What I think Lupe should have did was not live tweet, but he should have live streamed the entire process. Because this is, look, regardless of how you feel about Lupe Fiasco, he has his core fan base. People are going to buy this album. This is kind of a weird equivalent to a release out of the blue. Because whenever people think I'm going to do an album, probably doing a Drake situation, a Kanye situation. You've been working on it for a year and a half while you're running around. Lupe said, I'm doing this in a day.
Right.
His fans want to see that. So if he gives them that look with the live stream, I think people are going to gravitate towards it. And just like you said, how people embrace the imperfections when he commits, or anyone for that matter, when they commit to say, I'm going to do this in a day, and you get to watch the process, and then you get to see them achieve that goal, even if it's not perfect in terms of some mistakes here and there, they appreciate it because they watched it. They feel like they're a part of it, basically.
Well, I mean, that's why I brought that up, because if you're going to make 10, what is it? He said 10 songs in 24 hours?
10 tracks, yeah.
If you're going to do 10 tracks, 24 hours, you better throw perfection the fuck out the door. You can get as close to it as you want. You can get like a 80%, like an A. You can give yourself an A, but you're not getting no A+ on all 10 tracks as far as sounding perfect and you getting everything down and all of that stuff and it coming out. Because that's just, to me, that's not happening. That's not happening.
But that's what I'm saying. Embrace the imperfection.
You got to embrace it. You got to embrace
it. You know, and yeah, but like if he would live stream it though, And if you're a diehard Lupe fan and you're watching it, you just watch that song get created, and then you can go back and you're like, oh, okay, it sounds like that because I remember he actually did this. Or you understand what I'm saying? They feel like they're a part of the process. So I think this is a dope idea. And homie, if you're watching, when we record this album on Friday, might be live streaming that bitch. I'm just saying.
Hey, that'd be dope. You better do it on Two Guys. Two Guys.
I'm just
live
saying.
stream.
I'm just saying.
Do we have a live stream? Or I guess IG.
Of course, it's on Instagram.
I guess on IG story.
Live stream the whole shit. Listen, viewing public, what are your thoughts here? I think it's a pretty dope idea. I'm excited for a Lupe Fiasco album that was recorded in a day.
Yeah.
Also keep it locked on the Two Guys Doing a Podcast Instagram this Friday, because maybe.
Hey, listen, I got something for you. I got a story for you, but you got to help me out because you have the cell phone. I need you to go on Instagram and go on Academics page. It's a good story here because it ties into the quick comebacks. And for those who haven't heard, this is like breaking news. This just happened. Tory Lanez has dropped a track in response to Cassidy.
Police take my alibi for leaf steak, yeah. I still nigga float, and what? Old niggas talking and I ain't hearing them. I put phantom. I leave cash body in that casket, it's careers in. My problem, your problem. Dog, it's no comparison. What you gonna compare? Some smack DVD appearances? 15 seconds of fame is up. Was in them hotels with R. Kelly. We should flame you up.
That's pretty dope, still. That was pretty dope still.
Yo, Tory, damn, Tory Lanez, yo, put that boy in his bag. When you come for him, it's no joke. And like, this is his response. I mean, Cass, this is what you wanted. This is what he wanted. So he's got it now. Does Cassidy respond?
Of course he is. Cassidy needs money. So the thing about what Tory Lanez did here, he responded. He took the Drake approach back when Drake did. What was his first response again to Meek Mill?
It wasn't even. Yeah, charged up. There it is. It wasn't even back to back.
Yeah. So the reason why I say he took the Drake approach was because the video's nice, the video's crispy, the video's fun. You want to watch the video. The beat's dope. The bars are tight, but he didn't make the whole diss about Cassidy. He threw a couple liners in there and shit like that, and he left it at that. So he didn't even really go all the way in. But even his not all the way in was better than Cassidy's 5 minutes of him going directly at Tory Lanez. So now if Cassidy responds, he's going to respond to, what did Tory give him, like a total of what? 12 bars?
Might have, yeah.
Maybe
like that.
if that. So now Cassidy has to come with a banger, and he's probably going to go like 7 minutes just to beat his 12 bars, which is going to give Tory Lanez the room to now do an actual response, just like Drake did when he did the back-to-back. See, this is the this is the chess shit that you got to play. Cassidy ain't playing that. Let me just.
Hey.
All, I love Cassidy. I think he's dope. But Cassidy, his mistake was coming at him right for the head, right off the bat. Now you got to be smarter than that. Give it room to breathe. Let people think. That's what Tory did. That video alone was incredible. Just the visuals. And then the fact
This is what happens when you don't just say thank you. This is what happens when you just don't say thank you. And you come at people the wrong way, especially you come at the wrong people the wrong way. And this boy is armed. This boy is dangerous.
The best thing that Tory could do right now is just leave that alone. Let Cassidy do all the responses he wants, because all the responses he does is only going to trickle into the Tory response. All they're going to do is they're going to be like, Cassidy just put out a new response record to Tory. Hear that? Let me go play the old Tories. Which one's better? Cassidy just put out another response to Tory. Hear that? Let me go play that old Tory. Which one is it? So he don't even gotta respond. Like
it's the Joe Budden diss track to Drake.
That's it.
Did anybody? For those who didn't know, there's a Joe. There's a Joe Budden diss track to Drake. I know you didn't know about it, but it
There's
exists.
There's a lot of them, but that's the joke though. There's a lot of them, and Drake did what? Drake gave him like a half a bar, and there's so many but that's what you do. You understand? You make them look crazy. So I mean, who knows where this could go? Tory may keep the back and I don't think he needs to, but I would, man, that was dope. When this is done, I'm gonna play it again. Doing public. What are your thoughts here, man? Tory Lanez or Cassidy? I mean, I don't know what to. Cassidy, you let me down, man.
I mean, yeah. If this was 2000 or 1999, maybe Cassidy, because Tory Lanez was too young. But unfortunately, he's grown up now. So
yeah, Cassidy, you let me down. Cassidy's so nice, but like with this, I heard you diss. This was horrible. Your diss literally.
Great title, When It's Dark, because it's about to go real dark for Cassidy.
Yeah, like your diss. Cassidy's this sounded like some shit he literally wrote back in 2003. It's good, but it just sounds dated.
It's too new era, Cap. It's too new era.
Like this, what you just seen, that was
do-rag flow.
I don't. Come on, man. Viewing public, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Deuces.
Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far, you have to like. Please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, we are trying to get to 1,000. And we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.